Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm once again joined by Miami's Prime Minister and Global Ambassador of Music, Culture, and Soundclash. It is Major Lazer and Black Chinese very own Walshy Fire. Walshy, how's things?
Things are great, Gibbo. Things are wonderful. Don't be surprised if you hear my twins crying in the background, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna run through this interview. I'm wearing my fresh 2014, you see me, Gibbo gear. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for this flight to Guyana, so this should be a good one.
Major Lazer's Walshy Fire presents Jesse Royal, Royally Speaking, is out now.
Right.
The word is spreading like wildfire, and it's already clocked up a crazy amount of listens and downloads in only a few days. Let me start by asking, why Jesse? Why was he your artist of choice for this latest project?
I think so. This is the third one, and I think what the first two have been just a natural kind of like it started out with a friendship first, you know, and I think that's what kind of sparked this whole thing was, you know, with Chronix. I heard about his music, somebody brought it to me, but then we became friends, and then I was like, yo, we should just do a mix CD. Then same thing with Sons of Dub, and then now with Jesse Royal, it was like we link, and then we'll stop like par, you know. And I think after I started to be around him a lot and started to see his performances and hear his music, it just made sense. A lot of these mix CDs, I don't really plan to do like, I say, yo, I'm gonna do one once a year, but it just happens to be like now it looks like I'm gonna have to do one once a year, you know? But yeah, Jesse is an amazing artist. If you ever talk to him and listen to him reason, you know, he just reminds you of so many people, man. Just reminds you of all the legends in reggae music and in dancehall music, because he's a DJ, as well as some of your leaders in the world. He just speaks so well, and then it translates in his music. And then I think it was just like 6 months, took about 6 months to do this mix CD of just going over ideas. And then when we went to G Jam, it was just one day shot. Bam, 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 song. But it took about 6 months of actually developing the material and getting the ideas together. So, and it's at like 250,000 views and listens, which is good for 3-4 days, really good. So, extremely pleased with the work, you know. And everybody that hasn't listened to it, please go right now, www.soundcloud.com/Major Lazer. And if you want to go specifically, then / again, Royally Speaking. That's the name of the mix CD, Royally Speaking. And if you love reggae music and if you kind of like old school hip hop like I do, you'll enjoy it.
I've seen you describe Royally Speaking as a mix album. What made you use these words as opposed to a mix or mixtape or mix CD?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I sat down with this word for a while, for like a couple of years now, and I was like, man, I've made mix CDs, mix tapes for about 20 years now. You know what I'm saying? Mix CDs for about the last 10, almost 15 years. You know, Street Bums, Runaway, Rhythm Stream, you know, all these brands that I've made mix CDs for, the soca mixes I've made, they've all gone out into the world, and that was great. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it's the evolution of myself. It's just the evolution of what a mix CD is. And I kind of saw a lot of my hip hop friends doing it, like DJ Drama. You know, I went to college with Drama. I was actually his RA in college at Clark Atlanta University. And, you know, just seeing what he was doing and making these mix CDs much more than a mix CD, you know, making it something that was almost all original work, original freestyles, and could actually be something that somebody would want to play at a party. if it was that good. And so, you know, you have the mix part of it where it's actually still a mix CD, but then I always follow it up with giving out each individual song on the mix CD for free, you know, just giving out every single song, every freestyle, because with the Chronic CD, I noticed that a lot of people were playing the Where I'm From on the Get Free Rhythm. That was actually like playing at parties and, you know, on the radio. And so it just made sense to give that a name, because it's not a mix CD, it's not really an album, but the work is kind of like an album. You put enough work in it like an album. And actually people might play the songs on it like they would an album. So from now on, well, not now on, but now until the next evolution, we're just going to be doing mix albums, you know, no more mix CDs. No, I said no more mix CDs. I'll still do like the rhythm sheet and dancehall CDs and stuff, but I'll be a lot more focused on a mix album.
You said it took about 6 months for you to complete the project, but can you give me a little more detail about what exactly the process involved, right from when you first decided you were going to work together, through to when the work began, right up to its release?
It's very, very, very simple. I mean, it starts with meeting the artist and then realizing that that the artist is a wicked artist. You know, just seeing his performances and listening to the music without knowing him, you know, personally, kind of just standing on the sideline or just, you know, in the shadows, just watching and seeing, yeah, man, in Bud. Or usually it's somebody that will bring the artist material to me and be like, yo, you need to listen to this. Then after that, for me, it's gathering up as much material from the artist as possible. So if an artist doesn't have 30 or 40 songs, there's no way I would ever do a mix CD with them, you know, or even probably listen to them too much. But Jesse had about 50 songs. So after I listened to, I think he had 2 mix CDs before mine, listened to those, listened to all the singles that I could get from people in his crew, meeting him and then getting a bunch of material that he didn't release yet. Then that's when you realize, yeah, this is really about to happen now. You know, so it starts with just watching and saying, yeah, man, and Bud, and then realizing that there's enough material that's actually really good, and then becoming friends. Like I said, friends, I think, is the main part of this. So I'm getting messages from people that are like, yo, I love the concept. If you do one with this artist, you know, and it doesn't really work like that, because me and them are a real friend, you know, and that's no disrespect. I'm not saying nothing bad, but we don't really par like that. I might vice to dub, or I might see them in the studio and we hail and link. But for the most part, like really like pick up the phone and call and touch road and, you know, and really link like that. Being friends is a major part of the chemistry of the mix CD. It's a major part of the music. And I learned that throughout the years, you know, that if you don't actually have like a real friendship, and I mean, you can listen, I think you can ask almost anybody, man, from Jammies, you know, up to you know, Mataran and everybody else. Their dubs came out way better when they were friends with Bounty Killer. You know what I'm saying? Their dubs just came out entirely better. It just came out a million times better. You know, with us, Black Chiney, Elephant Man was probably one of the most artists that we cut the most dubs for. And because we were friends, because Bobby Chin, Elephant Man used to really hard, like for real, you know, the dubs just came out way better. So the same thing with working on production, working on material. Friends, it's going to come out great. So that's the process. Seeing what's up, gathering the material, becoming friends. If we don't become friends, it's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? The ego thing, I just can't deal with it. I'm way over that, you know, and the run behind, man, no way, not happening. So, you know, once there's a true friendship there, then that's the third part, and then the mix is pretty much done right there. With a Steve, put the song on the album.
When you're listening to an artist's material prior to actually going into the studio with them and recording anything for a project, is that when you come up with certain concepts or ideas that you want to try out?
Not really. Before is like literally sitting down like I'm in a library with the material and reviewing it and listening to it again and again and again and again And then finally something clicks and you hear it and you go, yo, that song on that rhythm, that's what's gonna sound great. Like for instance, he has a song called Light Like a Feather. I want everybody to go listen to the original Light Like a Feather and then go listen to the dub version that I put on the mix CD, which is the electric rhythm, which I don't know if everybody remembers, but you know, you did have like, I think Sizzla and Capleton or some artists on the rhythm. I was like, yo, that's the rhythm I want to bring back. And I had to go find the rhythm after I decided to go do that, but I found it. I'm big up to Junior Blender from Supersonic Sound. He mastered the mix and mastered the dubs and mastered the original work. Did a wonderful job, man. Because that version of electric rhythm that I had was scratchy. Yeah, and he made it sound wonderful. So we have to big him up. Big up Blender and the whole Supersonic Sound, man. But definitely, you know, majority is before we go to the studio. And then when we go to the studio, yeah, for sure, there's a lot of stuff that as we are sitting there, you know, like for instance, the Burning Spear, Wadada was something that one of the guys in Jesse's crew just said on the spot. He was like, yo, you know, see if I put that song on a Wadada beat, Burning Spear. And then we was like, let's try it. And like I said before, Junior Blender was in the studio, Diplo was in the studio, we was at G-Jam in Portland. Blender just found the song, took the version. I think I had the version, but he made it, you know, made the version make sense. Getting more time, the version was more like a dub version. And, you know, Jesse just nailed that, you know. So, yeah, man, sometimes on the spot, but the majority is premeditated.
Can you describe what Jesse's like to work with in the studio? How does working with him differ from working with other artists?
None of them really differ in the sense that, like I said before, once you're friends, it's just fun. So every single one of them is fun. You know, every single one of them is fun. And I think Major Lazer, if you really check the work that we've done over the years, it's been with friends, you know, Suko, Mr. Lex, yo, the list goes on and on, man. It's like the songs that you guys like were done with friends. And it was just fun. And the studio was fun. And the song comes out great, comes out fun. You know, so Jesse was no different. Fun. Lots of high energy. Good vibes.
So, who's royally speaking aimed at? Fans of Jesse Royal, fans of Walshy Fire, fans of Major Lazer, or all of the above?
All of the above.
And what percentage of people who are listening to this mix album do you think are discovering Jesse and his music for the first time?
Majority, no question. No question. And that includes dancehall heads. You know, they probably don't know a single song. If they do, they know Modern Day Judas, which is a wicked song. Majority, for sure, are hearing Jesse for the first time. Jesse is definitely an underground artist. He's definitely got a buzz here in Jamaica, and you know, amongst the European and African reggae lovers, he's definitely got a buzz. So he's going to be touring Europe and America and a few places, you know, in a month, I think in August. Yeah, he's going to start touring, and that was already happening before the mix CD. So you know, he had an underground buzz already. So hopefully this will propel him to do more shows and to get more people to know who he is. And Soundman, Vice, some dubs, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they hear something on that mix CD and they go, yo, you know, something can kill a song with this. Yeah, man. Jesse's a real Sound Clash fan too, you know. So when you talk to him again, I ask him about sound system too. Yeah.
What's the feedback been like so far?
Excellent. Excellent. Honestly, I'm in Kingston now, and I've gone out, you know, every night, and everybody said, Walshy, the Jesse CD, but, and well, not me, but Jesse's team is actually pressing up some actual physical copies in a day or two. And I think when he does that, that's when Jamaica's going to really be able to, the streets are going to really be able to grasp, get their hand on material and hear Jesse's voice on this mix album. So the feedback has all been wonderful. Energy, absolutely positive.
So, who's next on the list? Can you reveal which artist you're going to feature on your next mix album?
No clue. No clue. I have some ideas of who I'd like, but everything could switch. I don't intend to do another one, you know, anytime soon. I don't really intend for this to be something I'm doing like, you know, full time. I have a lot of other stuff I do full time. This is just something that when the energy makes sense and the energy's right, then we just deal with it. I would love everybody to fully understand that too. Like, this is not something women just do. I'm not forced to do this. I'm not, you know, it's not something I want people looking forward to every year like that. You know, I just want it to, like, when they see it, then they go, all right, well, then the energy must have been correct. This is going to be good. This is going to be a gem, you know, because this is not something he's just doing to do at this point, which I think Drama and a lot of the other guys actually did do, and it devalued the work that they were doing sometimes, because you have a DJ Drama mixed with Lil Wayne and it was everywhere. It was like, you know, it didn't matter where in the world you were from, you downloaded that like it was an album. But then after that, he does another one with somebody else, and then after that, he does another one with somebody else, and you don't even know who these people are, nor do you like their music, nor do you like the mix. And then after a while, when he does another one with Lil Wayne, you're like, well, I mean, you know, it's not that special no more. I don't really need to click it because I know it might not be good. And I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want you to listen to this like it was a real album, like it was the best thing that you heard in 2014. Like if somebody was to ask you, yo, name all the albums you got for 2014, you name them. Not songs, but albums, reggae albums. You know, I want this to actually be in that category, and I want some people to be able to say, yo, that was the best collection of songs I've heard for 2014. So when I do one, it's going to be special.
Major Lazer's Walshy Fire presents Jesse Royal, Royally Speaking. It's available right now as a free download. Head to soundcloud.com/MajorLazer/Royally Speaking and check it out.
Gibbo.